So one thing the thing that ties all my career together is sales and selling to different audiences. The part that I haven't mentioned is that I'm an engineer by training. And that might be relevant as we go forward. And you see how we think about a lot of the sales problems from an engineering lens.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. Oh yeah, it works. Okay, using this. I work in sales, and I'm an engineer. So think about the sales guy. I'm the sales guy in all these startups. I know you've seen this before, and probably you cannot read about it. My friends think I'm playing golf, hanging out, going to conferences, and having a good time. My mom thinks it's like a big deal. I run RelateIQ. I'm the reason why RelateIQ is going to be successful, although we know it's not true. And what society and engineers think is that I'm a used car sales guy. But what is the role of sales? If you think of product, the role of the product is to have users love using that product every day, right? What's the job of salespeople, sales and marketing, acquisition teams, is to get a lot of users on that product. Once you do that, then the product will take over and provide a great experience, but that's what we need to do. So how do you do that? There are a lot of things that go into making that work. You have your contract, your ads need to be relevant, your emails, your webinars, all this stuff is tied together. If there's one message I would like to give you guys is that acquiring customers is not about one step at a time. It's not marketing or sales or customer success or stuff. It's one process, and you need to think about it holistically, and everything needs to tie. A user or a lead should not see your org chart in how you send emails. And when in the website, when you go from like a flashy marketing site and then your product is completely different pattern and things like that, you should think about this as one experience for your users. Oh, whoa. Okay. So, what we're going to talk today is the components of this sales process. We're not going to talk about the pitch or comp or hiring and all that stuff. If you want to chat about that, I'm happy to take questions afterwards or offline. We're going to talk about three things. And you've seen this thing before a minute ago. It's not going to be always be closing, although I love that. It's going to be about lead gen, acquire, and expand customers. So we're going to walk through a bit of the details. I'm going to tell you a few stories. So we'll start with lead gen. Obviously, the most powerful, the best, the most beautiful part of acquiring customers is when they come to you. So TK has an amazing product. Actually, we use it. And one of his salespeople, Tara, it's incredible. I always show her emails to my teams like, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. And something. So I totally get the engagement. She's totally selling to us. And we're going to deploy ToutUp for the whole team. And we went to ToutUp organically because we heard about the product. Now, most of us don't have that luxury of having people try the product and refer it to others. So what is the number one source of leads for RelateIQ? It's not PR, although we have some of that. It's not any of that stuff. It's customer referrals. And why do customers refer us? Not because they just naturally suggest that people should try this thing. It's because we ask. So that's one thing I would take away. Is like tell your sales teams when they close a deal, thank the customer for that. Ask them for 3 names of people that would enjoy using your product. Super simple, pretty magical. Even if you lose a deal, ask that person, hey, I get it, not the right thing for you. Let's chat once we have the things that you're looking for. But by the way, is there anybody else first in your company that might be the right person for us? And if not, what is the person outside your company that you think we might be the right solution for? It's amazing. It's amazing how many people will take you up on that. That's our biggest lead source. In terms of paid traffic, tons of strategies here, tons of things that you can find online, and you find tons of experts on this. The number one thing for us has been content. And Tegan mentioned that. We post 3 to 4 times on our blog every week. And we do everything we can to get those blogs out there. We think they're valuable, we think they have great content, and we think through what are the things that we want to read. And we put them out there. And so content distribution, content syndication, great new thing that you can try after you try all that traditional stuff. And last, to get leads, there are partnerships. You can do affiliates, and you can do co-marketing, or you can do resellers. Now, a couple things about resellers. And no knack on resellers, we have great partners, and I've worked with amazing resellers in the past, but resellers don't sell. If you think you can rely on a reseller to sell your product, you're going to be in for a surprise. They will take orders for you. They will help you deploy, but you're the one that needs to generate the sale. The second thing about resellers is don't try to have them build the sales process. If you don't know how to sell your product, they won't either. So take your time, build what works for you, what works to actually close deals. If you can do that, then you can train them. If you can't, they won't help you either. You're going to waste a lot of time there. So my 2 cents on resellers. So you have a lot of leads. What do you do with them? Tons of things you can work on. I think the number one thing that salespeople forget is processes. And I'm not a huge process guy, but it's a superpower for sales reps. A lot of things you can automate, a lot of things you can pre-design. Different salespeople have different processes, but this is what helps them crank through stuff in the most efficient possible way if they know what the next step is and they know how to determine those steps, and people can get really, really good at it. So if you have a medium-sized sales team and you don't have a sales ops person that thinks this way, that should be your next hire. Strongly recommend you think about that. The second thing about closing deals is it's not necessarily, it's the pitch, it's all the things that you know, but the other superpower people have are tools. Again, huge fan of Cloud App. We use RelateIQ, obviously, internally. And when you start to think about tools for sales teams that are not just to keep records, for record keeping, and keep things in some database so somebody can report on them, but actually think about tools that can actually empower the salesperson to do more faster, spend their time in a smarter way, you can get dramatic results. You can definitely change the game for those salespeople. So think hard about what tools you're giving your teams. Last is about growing those accounts in SaaS type businesses or in many, many businesses that you guys are probably in. Landing the account is just step one. You got to lead with a credit card now. But probably the deal that you got is not meaningful compared to how much revenue you can potentially bring from that account over time. So we double down on customer success and onboarding to the surprise of our investors. So let's put it that way. And we think really, really hard about when somebody signs up, how engaged are they with the product, how much are they using it. We track metrics like daily usage, weekly usage. If you want to make sure that people are talking about your product internally, getting more users inside, and will stay over time, and you have very, very low churn rates, this is the key function for you. So I spend a lot of time working on customer success. So what are the things that I think I would love you guys to take away? The first thing is that what I said before, the whole acquisition engine is one team. It's not sales, it's not marketing, generating things for one another. It's one team that you can think about from marketing, sales, customer success, and support as one funnel. The users don't care which team are they being serviced from. They want to have a great experience. So map that out and make sure everybody knows what the rest are doing and think about it holistically. The second one is that it's a math problem. If you think of leads times they become trials, that you convert them, and upsell and all that stuff, at the end of the day, it's a math problem, so you need to know your metrics inside out, understand where you're wasting your time, where you're not. Oops. The other thing is, I've seen this over and over at Google, Dropbox, and RelateIQ. Passionate people, driven people will eat or BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals. We'll eat those for breakfast. If you build the right team, get out of the way, they'll figure stuff out. So we'll invest in that. A lot of people think a body's a body, like, let's see, we're looking at the cheapest resource to just do the 100 dials. That in my opinion is a big mistake. Talked about tools and that's superpowers. And the last is revenue is a consequence of doing all these things. Revenue is a consequence of having lots of happy users. They're engaged with your product and are willing to give you money because they get a lot of value from it. So if you focus too much on revenue in the short term, you'll miss that long-term value creation. So with that, I hope that was fast enough to keep you all awake right before lunch. If you want to connect with me directly, Armando RelateIQ, and that's on Twitter. So yeah, thank you.